Struggling burning belts on your Kirby Vacuum? Then this is the video for you. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Kirby products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at burning belts. A lot of people still keep messaging me about this, and I have shared this quite a lot over the past 2-3 years. So I'll do an updated video just showing certain issues that may cause your belts to burn out. Mainly it's just a lot of stuff being done incorrectly. So I'll show you the correct way to do things, and I'll show you the issues that may be causing you to burn belts, specifically stuff that I didn't share in a previous video. So stick around to the end and let me know if you've had any issues with Kirby's burning belt. Right, so I thought I'd go with the G4 purely because this is my daily drive out. My Avalier 2 is packed up at the moment, and we're living in a rental, and I'm trying to get these floors and keep them clean and get all that embedded dirt out of them. So the CFM on this G4 is absolutely phenomenal, and I will put a link to a video at the end of this one. But a lot of people have issues with burning belts, and mainly there's a couple of issues that cause this. So we'll just remove the portable head and then I'll show you what they are. Right, so one issue it can be is this is covered in hair or any description. You can see that I've got a little bit on there, nothing major on there. The belt does run on this, so if the belt's running on there and there's hair on there, it's going to burn, it's going to slip. What you want is that tension on that belt and it not to slip on this. So just make sure this is properly cleaned. You can see we've got a few hairs on the spine there, just starting to build up, but that's what I'm on about. Just those hairs there might be causing an issue with that burning belt. Right, so the next issue you might have is when lowering it. Now my son has this problem, he lowers it and as you've seen it slip then. So he's pressing that too hard and it slips down really fast, and obviously that's too deep for whatever pole carpet you're using. With the Kirby, you need to go only a couple of clicks until the tone changes. So when you hear that contact with the carpet, the tone will change, and then you go one more click. But try and control it with the back of your heel. So what I tend to do is put the back of my heel on there here, and then my toe on there, and just tap that so it goes one step at a time. If you find that when you're pressing this, it does suddenly skip, which this one doesn't. What that is the spring in the total control is worn. You may need to replace it. I will put a link down below in the description of where to get one from my Kirby store. They're pretty easy to change, and I have got a video on that, on how to change the spring in your Kirby Vacuum for the total control. Now we've got the portable head removed, I'll just spin it over and we'll show you the brush roll. Now this is another common cause of burning belts. All right, so just remove the wood plate. See, we've got a few hairs, a few carpet fibres on here. These aren't too bad. I will give this a clean. I normally clean this every week. So this is just a week's worth of grime on there. So this just pulls out, and one of the biggest issues, and I have shared this before, is people putting it in on the wrong setting. Now this setting is for as your brush roll wears, it should fall 3mm past that rug plate and should stay in line. So what happens is people take these out, and you've got to note what number you've got it on. What it is with this brush roll, and Kirby did have these color coded, they're not color coded now, which is a shame because there was 3 colors on there. So it was hard, it was easy to disperse which is number 1, number 2, number 3. Now you have to count them. Now what a lot of people are doing is just slapping it back in, and it's not going in level, so they're not checking the cuttings in here. So you've got a cutting number 3, number 2, and number 1. And that one there is not a setting. So you can see you've got 2 marks there, but the actual cutting is the number 1, so that's the thickness there. There's number 2. With 2 cuts, and number 3 has got 3 cuts. If you've got it on this setting here, which has got just 1 line, then that is not a setting. That is probably the biggest issue people have. They put it back in like that, and I'll demonstrate. So we'll put it in now on the wrong setting. So that's that one that's not a setting. Go 3, 2, 1. That one's not a setting, as you can see. It will fit in, but what you'll find is it won't go in. So what people will do is they'll force that, and what that means is that brush roll now, one is pretty much stuck. When we put the rug plate on, like so, I'm not going to start the Kirby because this will literally burn a belt straight away. You'll probably struggle to get that rug plate back on, so people will just push that down more, push it down more, okay? And then eventually you'll get it really stuck in there. Your rug plate will slot on. Okay, and that's what people will do. Then they'll lock it on. Okay, and what you'll find is that now is touching the actual rug plate. The belt is touching the rug plate because this hasn't gone fully down. This now is sticking past that rug plate about 4 or 5 mil. It's sticking past quite a lot and you can hear it knocking. Okay, so what that's going to do as well, if you put it in the wrong way, it's going to make a noise because it's catching on the sensor there because it's too low down. It's not an actual setting. So if you've done that, as soon as you start that up, you're going to get like a little noise, click, 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 click. Probably not going to hear it with the volume of the vacuum, but that is going to burn that belt instantly because it's rubbing on the rug plate, which is going to get hot, and it's rubbing on here, and it's going to burn into that brush roll. Now, you know if you've got it in the wrong way, wrong setting, because you've had to force it to get it to that setting, you're going to struggle to remove this now, because we've actually forced it in on the wrong setting. So when we try and pull that, it's not going to pull out. You can see that that is solid as. It literally doesn't want to come out, it's stuck in. So if you've got an issue with your brush roll stuck in, if you've bought second-hand Kirby, they've pushed it in on the wrong setting and they've forced it, like I've just forced this, just to demonstrate you don't need it on that setting, it's not a setting. So if you have forced it in, you're not going to pull it out with the belt, it's just going to snap the belt. So just get a screwdriver and you're just going to have to lever it up, like so. Okay, try not to damage the brush roll, then it should come out. It'll still be stuck in that side, so you have to get a screwdriver and just lever it up. Okay, so you can see what a nightmare that is to get out when you stick it in on the wrong setting. And this is another reason people are burning belts. Now, as we zoom in again, I'll quickly show you the ends of these. Okay, so that's one issue that's going to cause your belts to burn. As we've zoomed in, you can see the settings here. So you've got 3 with a line, 2 no line, but they're still cut-ins, it's not slipped through. 1 with a slip, and then you've got no setting there, so that is the wrong setting. That is not a setting. Make sure you've got a number 1 that's a cut-in, not a slit, number 2, and number 3. Okay, and it always goes in on number 1 to begin with, and then as your Kirby brush roll gets flush with the brush plate, switch it to number 2, and then as it gets flush with the rug plate again, switch it to number 3, and that is it. Once you've used number 3 and it's flush with the rug plate, you need a new brush roll, simple as that. Other thing that can be causing it to burn belts as well is when you take these off to clean those bearings, and you'll notice that your brush roll isn't lighting up the warning light. Okay, so we've dropped that in with the end caps on the wrong end, so you can see there's no magnet there. So what that means is that's not going to light up this indicator, and then your belt, you put it back in the center, I'll wind it on, that when it goes central is going to go over that bristle there like that, so it's not even going to sit in the correct position to spin. So then it's going to start burning this, flattening these bristles, it's going to start burning again, and that's another way that you can damage your brush roll and you're going to burn belts instantly with your Kirby. Also, you're not going to have the light working because the magnet's over here and the sensor is over here. So we'll just take that out because I'm not going to run it with that because I don't want to burn belts and I don't want to damage the brush roll. Okay, so pop that out. Make sure when you put these on that you take these caps off, give those a bit of a clean, okay? But make sure that the white one, that's the cream one, goes on the side where the magnet is, which is there, and the grey one, or black, whatever colour it is, goes on the other end. Okay, that way then, that is the correct way. We'll spin that round. So that is going to go where the sensor is, and the grey part is going to go there. And again, we're just going to count these. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Keep that at the top. Slot that in. You can see now your belt's going to run in the center. That's running freely. It's not catching because it's on the correct setting. Keeping it on number 1. This brush roll is around 2 years old. Pop our rug plate back on. So make sure our rug plate's on properly. You'll know if it's on properly because it'll slot on, and that there will slot over. Pop that on, and that there will slot over. So we're not getting it and hammering it on the floor to get that brush roll to fit. Okay, if you're having to do that, you've got it on the wrong setting completely. which isn't a setting. Now, don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Kirby products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Also, I hope you found that video really helpful, and hopefully it cures your problem with Kirby's burning belts and costing you an absolute fortune. Now, for those of you looking at using the Kirby shampoo system, check out this video next. And for those of you struggling with that zip brush and want to give it a service, check out this video next. So thanks for watching, happy cleaning, and I'll catch you next one.